Feel the comfort of tonight's tale as it brings you rest. The Enchanted Journey of Yuri and William. This story is about Yuri, a kind-hearted girl, who goes on a magical journey with the angel William, learning the importance of kindness and compassion. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled within a valley blanketed with wildflowers, lived a kind-hearted girl named Yuri. Yuri loved exploring the lush meadows, finding solace in the beauty and tranquility of nature. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Yuri felt an unusual urge to venture deeper into the forest behind her home. In each step, the trees grew taller, their branches intertwining to form a canopy that filtered the moonlight into a silvery glow. And suddenly, Yuri stumbled upon a clearing filled with radiant light. There, standing gracefully amongst the glowing flowers, was an angel named William. His presence exuded warmth and serenity. William's wings shimmered softly, reflecting a spectrum of colors that seemed to dance in the gentle breeze. He greeted Yuri with a smile, so genuine it instantly put her at ease. "I have been waiting for you, Yuri," said William in a voice as melodious as a lullaby. "There is a world beyond our own that needs your kindness and courage." Intrigued yet uncertain, Yuri agreed to join William on this unexpected adventure. With a wave of his hand, William summoned a golden portal that led them into a realm unlike any Yuri had ever seen. The world they entered was filled with vibrant flora and fauna, creatures of all sizes and shapes coexisting in harmony. Majestic waterfalls cascaded into crystal clear lakes, and the air hummed with the gentle songs of birds. As they journeyed through this enchanted land, Yuri encountered beings who were in dire need of help. There was a sad willow tree, whose branches were wilting due to a lack of sunlight. With William's gentle encouragement and her innate kindness, Yuri found a way to trim back the overgrown plants, allowing the sunlight to reach the willow once again. The tree's fans came in the form of a delicate, luminous flower that Yuri placed in her hair. Further along their path, they found a family of rabbits trapped in a thorny bramble. Together, Yuri and William carefully untangled them, nursing the rabbits back to health with tender care. The grateful rabbits gifted Yuri a necklace of dried herbs that brought with it a sweet, soothing fragrance. Throughout their adventure, William taught Yuri the importance of balance and compassion. Every act of kindness she performed seemed to rejuvenate the land, filling it with renewed energy and life. One day, as they rested beneath the shade of a grand oak, William turned to Yuri with a solemn expression. "Our journey must soon come to an end, but remember what you have learned here. Your world is just as beautiful, and it too needs your light." With a mixture of sadness and gratitude, Yuri nodded. A tear rolled down her cheek as William indulged her in a warm embrace, his wings wrapping round her like a comforting blanket. In a blink of an eye, Yuri found herself back in her village. The adventure had felt like a dream, but in her heart, she knew it was real. The luminous flower in her hair and the fragrant herb necklace around her neck were tangible reminders of the magic she had experienced. From that day on, Yuri carried the lessons of compassion and kindness with her, spreading light to everyone she met. And on starry nights, when the sky was clear, she would look up and remember the angel named William who had shown her a world where every act of kindness bloomed into beauty. Another soothing tale is ready to be told. The Honor of Crocus and Marigold. This story is about the honor and friendship between a kind-hearted human named Crocus and a beautiful butterfly named Marigold, as they work together to save their drought-stricken village. Once upon a time, in a misty meadow blooming with radiant flowers, there lived a kind-hearted human named Crocus. His heart was as pure and bright as the springtime flowers that colored his village in hues of gold and violet. Crocus was known far and wide for his dedication and honor. He was always the first to lend a helping hand, and the last to ask for anything in return. Near Crocus' humble cottage, among the blooming marigolds and daisies, there lived a beautiful butterfly named Marigold. With wings as golden as the sun, Marigold fluttered in and out of the gardens, bringing joy and color wherever she flew. She was a symbol of grace and beauty, admired by all the creatures in the meadow. Crocus and Marigold shared a special bond. Each morning, Crocus would stroll through the meadow, greeting Marigold and talking to the flowers. Marigold, in return, would sit on Crocus' shoulder and share tales of her flights round the world, the lands she had seen, and the wonders she had witnessed. They were inseparable friends, united by a mutual respect and a shared love for their beautiful meadow. One day, a shadow loomed over the peaceful village. A drought had struck the land, and the once vibrant flowers began to wilt under the relentless sun. The villagers were worried. Without the flowers, the bees would not come, and without the bees, the crops would fail. Crocus watched his beloved meadow with a heavy heart. He knew something had to be done. Filled with determination, Crocus set out on a journey to find a solution. He traveled to the nearby towns, seeking advice and help. Everywhere he went, he heard the same tale of the unyielding drought and the dying flowers. As days turned into weeks, Crocus' hope began to wane, but he pressed on, honoring his commitment to save his village. Hot back in the meadow, Marigold fluttered helplessly over the wilting blooms. She knew she had to assist Crocus somehow. Remembering an old legend of the meadow spirit, she decided to embark on a quest of her own. Marigold flew through the night, following the whispers of the wind until she reached the heart of the ancient forest. There, in the deepest, most secret glade, she found the meadow spirit, a wise and ancient being who guarded the balance of nature. Marigold humbly explained her plight and begged for the spirit's assistance. Touched by her devotion and bravery, the meadow spirit agreed to help but asked for proof of Crocus' honor. Golden petal from the rarest flower in the meadow, the iris of integrity, was required. Marigold returned to the village and relayed the meadow spirit's message to Crocus. Knowing the importance of this task, Crocus set out again, this time to find the elusive iris of integrity. Despite the scorching sun and the dry earth, he ventured into the high mountains where the iris was said to bloom. After days of arduous searching, Crocus finally found a single iris, standing defiant against the harsh conditions. With utmost care, he plucked a golden petal and hurried back to the meadow. Marigold received the petal with gratitude and flew back to the meadow spirit. Upon seeing the petal, the meadow spirit smiled and began to work its magic. Soon dark clouds gathered over the meadow, and a gentle rain began to fall. The flowers perked up, the bees returned, and life in the village was restored. Crocus returned home to a hero's welcome. His honor and dedication had saved the village, and the meadow flourished once again. Marigold fluttered around him in delight, knowing that their bond and shared commitment had brought them through the toughest times. From then on, Crocus and Marigold's tale was told throughout the land as a testament to the power of honor and friendship. Let's turn to another heartwarming story. Forging Bonds, The Tale of Tulip and Lantana. This story is about Tulip, a brave girl, and Lantana, a magical elf who forge a strong bond through their shared adventures and acts of kindness, ultimately saving her village from drought. In a land where nature and magic intertwined, folks say there lived an enchanting elf named Lantana in the heart of the enchanted forest. He was known for his healing powers and his ability to communicate with nature, making him an essential part of the forest's welfare. Lantana lived a solitary life, as most humans feared the mysterious woods that were home to countless creatures of myth and legend. One day, a young girl named Tulip, with a heart as bright and kind as her namesake flower, ventured deep into the forest. Lost and frightened, she stumbled upon a shimmering brook. The brook's water sparkled with magic, casting an ethereal glow that drew Tulip closer. As she leaned over to catch a glimpse of her reflection, she saw not only her own face, but the curious visage of Lantana, peering back at her from the other side. Startled, Tulip nearly fell into the water, but Lantana's soothing voice kept her calm. Lantana introduced himself, and with a gentle wave of his hand, the forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. Trees swayed approvingly, flowers bloomed in rapid time-lapse, and animals peeked out from their headways to greet the new friend. Despite her initial fear, Tulip felt a sense of belonging she had never experienced before. There was something about Lantana that made her feel safe. He led her to a cozy clearing surrounded by towering trees and vibrant flowers of every imaginable hue. It was there that Tulip learned about the deep connection between the elf and the forest. Days turned into weeks as Tulip and Lantana spent more time together. She shared stories of her life outside the forest, tales of her village, her family, and the dreams she nurtured. In return, Lantana unveiled the secrets of the forest, teaching her how to understand the language of the trees and the whispers of the wind. One evening, as they sat by the brook, under a canopy of twinkling stars, Tulip confided in Lantana about the burdens she carried. Her village was facing a severe drought, and the crops were failing. She had ventured into the forest hoping to find a solution. Lantana listened intently, his eyes reflecting the sorrow in Tulip's heart. Moved by her story and her courage, he decided to help. With newfound determination, Lantana summoned the elemental spirits of the forest. He led Tulip to a sacred grove where an ancient tree stood tall. With a touch as gentle as a breeze, Lantana called forth the tree's dormant magic, which manifested as a sparkling blue crystal. This crystal, he explained, held the power to restore balance and bring rain to her parched village. Grateful and teary-eyed, Tulip thanked Lantana profusely. Little did she know that this act of kindness would deepen their bond even further. The forest itself seemed to glow with approval, as if acknowledging their alliance. Tulip returned to her village with the crystal, and as soon as she placed it in the center of the village square, the skies darkened, and rain began to fall. The villagers rejoiced, unaware of the elf's involvement, and Tulip's bravery became the talk of the town. With each drop of rain, the bond between Tulip and Lantana grew stronger. She frequently visited the forest, and the two shared countless adventures, each more magical than the last. Their friendship flourished, showing that even in the most extraordinary circumstances, the power of unity and understanding could forge unbreakable bonds. Years later, when Tulip became the wise matriarch of her village, she often recounted her adventures with the elf, ensuring that the legacy of her bond with lands in the hearts of the next generation. And so the tale of Tulip and Lantana became a cherished legend, forever reminding everyone that kindness and courage could bridge any gap, and that the most unlikely friendships could become the most valuable treasures of all. Our next story is ready to carry you further into rest. Vinta and Flux, A Tale of Sharing. This story is about a kind-hearted girl named Vinta and a cheerful frog named Flux who learn the true value of sharing and create new memories together after losing something special. Once upon a time, in a quaint village surrounded by lush meadows and blooming flowers, lived a kind-hearted girl named Dee. She had a special connection with nature, spending her days wandering through the fields, the vibrant flora dancing round her as if welcoming an old friend. Every morning, Vinka would wake up to the sound of chirping birds and would share her breakfast of berries and honey with the creatures around her. Among these creatures was a small, cheerful frog named Floss. Floss had sparkling green eyes and a croak that could be heard from afar, always bringing a touch of magic to the mornings. He was known among the forest folk for his infectious laughter and the joy he spread. Vinka and Floss formed an unbreakable bond over their shared love for the beauty around them. One sunny day, while Vinka was picking flowers for a bouquet, she noticed Floss sitting at the edge of the pond with a forlorn look. Concerned, she approached him. "Floss, what's wrong?" she asked softly. Floss let out a long sigh before replying, "I've lost my favorite lily pad. It was where I spent my best moments, and now I can't find it anywhere." Vinka thought for a moment, and then flashed a comforting smile. "Don't worry, Floss. I'll find it together." The search began, and for hours they scoured the pond and its surroundings. They turned over rock, peered under leaves, and asked other animals for help. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Vinka and Floss sat by the water's edge, exhausted but hidden to hair. Floss's eyes glistened with worry and doubt. Vinka gently held his tiny hand. "Well, Floss, even if we don't find your lily pad, we still have each other, and the whole pond to share. Let's make new memories together." Floss was touched by Vinka's words. "You're right, Vinka. Sharing what we have is more important than clinging to what we've lost." Inspired, they decided to create a new special spot. Together, they gathered lily pads, flowers, and even shiny pebbles. Trolot was a beautiful little haven where they could gather and enjoy the beauty of the pond. From that day on, whenever Floss felt sad, he would visit their new spot, always reminded of the joy found in sharing. Vinka and Floss learned that for sharing, they could turn any loss into a memory filled with love and friendship. Their bond grew even stronger, and the meadow seemed to bloom even brighter, celebrating their kindness and unity. And so, Vinka and Floss lived happily, embracing the simple joys of life and the beauty of sharing, knowing that the treasures they discovered together were far more precious than any they lost. May peace carry you into tomorrow. Sweet dreams.